What else is going on in Battles of Legends right now? Assault Synchron is $5, which is crazy. Now, I will say, one thing I will say about Assault Synchron, I have spent a significant amount of time this weekend because I was trying to see if this card was viable. I spent a long time this weekend to try and see if I could do something with Assault Synchron. And unfortunately, I will say, I did not yet come to the conclusion that you can play it. Like, there were some decks that weren't bad, but I wasn't happy with anything that was good enough. That felt strong enough. That felt like it was a meta contender. Because I was trying to... I only spent like 1 or 2 days on experimenting with it, but I haven't found anything. I haven't found anything that was like great. I can show you one thing that I found. Hold up. I can show you one thing that I found, but it's kind of spicy, but I don't think I'm going to use it, so I think I can show it off. It was a Runic Synchro deck that I made. Which has an interesting combo. I can show you real quick. It's this. Let me move over. It's something like this. I'll show you what the combo is. Hold up. The combo is the following. This hand does it, which is cool. So what you need is 2 Runics. You need 2 Runics and Assault Synchron. So you summon Hugin. You obviously use it. Discard another card to grab Fountain. You activate Fountain. Use Special Assault Synchron. You take 700. You make Cupid Pitch. You activate Droplet to summon another Hugin. Fountain draws 2 cards. Then you make Axel Stardust. Chainlink 1 is Cupid Pitch. Chainlink 2 is Axel Stardust to bring back Assault Synchron. Cupid Pitch grabs Sangan. You normal summon Sangan. You make Liberian. Sangan triggers. And now you do something really cool. You grab this guy. Which is a new card from Battles of Legends. I randomly found this. This is my own take. My own idea, actually. So I was looking for tuners that you can special summon even after you search them with Sangan. Because they don't activate. Similar to how you can special summon Arborea. And then I found this dude. Which is, if a monster with 2,000 or more attacks is on the field, you can just special summon this card from your hand. This does not start a chain, so you can just summon it. It doesn't suffer from the Sangan restriction. So what you do is, you special summon this, because you need a tuner on the board, so you can activate Assault Synchron legally. You activate Assault Synchron, tribute itself, you summon Stardust, and then you synchro into this pattern. This will trigger the Liberian twice because the Stardust also counts as a synchro. So it'll trigger Liberian twice. And you can trigger the Assault Synchron to bring back the Axel Stardust. And then you use the Dispatter to bring back the Assault Synchron to make Baron. Which triggers the Liberian again. So it's with Assault Synchron plus 2 Runics. You get this board, plus you draw 5 cards. You discard 1 for Yugin, so you have 6 cards in hand. You have 6 cards in hand. I thought it was interesting. My problem with the idea... So the cool thing, first of all, is you can play 9 level 2 tuners, which is good, because... Cerberell does almost the same thing. Cerberell is also nice. If you don't have Assault Synchron, Cerberell is a good replacement. And then you can obviously play Tuning to find more Assault Synchron. Tuning, funnily enough, funnily enough, tuning is sometimes just a free +1 because you mill a Runic. The idea is basically you play Sangan as your Cupid pitch target, but you can also play Creation Resonator, which I thought was another genius idea of mine, if I may say so. The reason why I love Creation Resonator is because if you draw Sangan, it's a secondary target for Cupid pitch. So the Sangan is not a brick, actually. If you draw the Resonator, it's just a free tuner extender. And if you draw the Blackwing, then the Creation Resonator is a secondary target for Sangan. So it all comes full circle. It doesn't matter which one of these you draw, you always have a backup target for whichever search you're making. So you don't care if you draw one of those cards, which I thought was a very neat thing. My problem with this deck is that it does not have a plan B if you don't open Assault Synchron. You know how if you're playing the Fur Hire Runic deck, if you don't draw Rex, the deck is still fine because you can just go Gigantic into Rex and do IP and do the stuff on your opponent's turn. This deck doesn't have that. If this deck doesn't find a tuner, it's curtains. It's curtains. But I still think this is some nice food for thought. I think this idea is interesting. And you can still play some sprites. You could technically play blue, red carrot instead of like some of the non-engine that I have. But it's just some food for thought. I thought it was interesting. I thought it was an interesting idea. But probably not good enough. But close. I think it's close to good enough. And that was, in my opinion, that was the best I found with Assault Synchron. So here you go. You get a free deck idea. This was the best I found. And the really good hands, because you draw a lot of cards, right? You draw a lot of cards. The really good hands that also get to like discard Cerberell or use Creation Resonator, you can also just like draw so much more and also Omega your opponent with the Creation Resonator. You can turn the Librarian into Omega, so you also hand loop and stuff like that. It's interesting. But yeah. I mean, in all fairness, I will say I think Assault Synchron does give the Dragon Link archetype just another layer of play, right? Because Dragon Link can't really, like, if you just have one Bestial, right? You can't really convert that into anything yet. Like, imagine you go second and you put a Bestial onto the field, right? And you can just start your turn by going Assault Synchron effect, right? You're not committing your normal summon. You're not committing anything. You're not doing anything like crazy. You're just special summoning Assault Synchron. And then you can make, just make Axel Stardust into your opponent's board and start playing with that. And then the Assault Synchron in the graveyard also makes it so you can later on, if you get to Lubellion or if you tribute with Branded Beast, right? You can also just bring it back with Assault Synchron. I think the card is nice. I think the Assault Synchron might be a nice addition to Dragon Link. The other question is, can you afford to play like because it's 5 or 6 slots if you want to play a couple of tunings and a couple of Assault Synchrons? Can you afford that? Because the deck didn't have that much room for everything, right? You can also make Scarlight. Yeah, you can make Scarlight going second if they're not careful. You can just Bestial plus Assault Synchron, make Scarlight. You can't afford to play it. It's worth more to just play flex spots. See, that is the thing that I'm afraid might be the case. That might be the case. I'm not sure about it. I don't know enough about Dragon Link to say for sure it's not worth it or it's worth it. But the option is nice. The option is nice. But then maybe you're better off just playing the Assault Synchron Bestial Sprite deck rather than the Dragon Link version. But I don't know. I tested it a lot for WCQ, and I think it's just better to play normal Dragon Link. Fair point. Fair point. I'm not going to say you're wrong because I don't know. I don't know if I can see that. I can see that being the case. Yeah.